Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. I take refuge in Buddha, the awakening one. I take refuge in
Om Jagadambe Vichitram Matra King Puripurna Karunasti Chenmai Aparadho Paramparabritam Nahi Mata Samupekshati Sutam Matsamo Pataki Nasti Papagni Tatsamanahi Evam Gatva Mahadevi Yatha Yugyam Yatha Kuru. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaracharya says, O Mother of the Universe, there is nothing to be wondered at if you should be full of compassion for me. For a mother does not forsake her son, even if he have innumerable defects and faults. There is not such a sinner like me, neither such a destroyer of sins as you are, O Mother. O Mahadevi, having known all this, please do as you think fit and beneficial for me. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Our topic today is motherly nature of Buddha and Shankara. This month, last week it was Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day, belated. And we thought about that this month is both the birthday falls of Buddha as also of Shankara. So I thought that let us look at Buddha and Shankara from that perspective of motherly nature of them. Apparently, normally, mother is a great impact in our life, in all our life, everyone's life. And mother is full of compassion, as we know. Of course, sometimes we hear some mothers are not. I am not talking about them. I am talking about mother means mother. So mother is full of love, full of compassion, unconditional love, selfless giving, selflessness personified, can even give up her own life for the cause of the child. Such grand ideas about mother persist in our mind and our experiences. Because every mother in the world, we look at that, anywhere you see a mother, a bird, tiny bird with its baby, how sweet, how loving, how caring, how giving, how thinking every moment for the child, the baby to be protected. Yeah? But so you look at the animal world to the human world, everywhere mother is a force. Mother is an integrating power. Mother is strength, love, compassion, holiness, purity, unconditional giving. You will not find anywhere excepting the mother. We may say when the child grows, then mother and son relationship may go different. But as a baby, mother and child relationship is unique and unparalleled. And that aspect actually makes the whole world goes on. That's why we observe Mother's Day. America, we observe Mother's Day one day, no? We send card and do things like that. But Indian tradition, Mother's Day is every day. They say Matri Devo Bhavo. Every day you love your mother, show your respect and have such loving, caring relationship. Ramakrishna being a God himself incarnated, we could talk about, he used to please his mother. Every day, same talk. How are you, mom? And then mom will say, I'm okay, how are you? Did you eat? Did you this, that? Very simple words. But God himself, Ramakrishna, used to take care of mother, and he was so much respectful for mother that he didn't wear the Gerua cloth. Because mom will be hurt that my son is becoming a monk, and that may hurt her feeling. So much. And in traditional way it is called, when the congregation, the student goes to teacher's house and comes out after convocation, they first say, what? First say, Matri Devo Bhavo, Pitri Devo Bhavo, father second, mother first. Matri Devo Bhavo, let mother be your God, direct. No other God in heaven. Treat your mother. First teaching is Matri Devo Bhavo. So I was thinking, and Buddha is full of compassion, love, we hear about that. But Shankara is not very much hard about love and mother and this and that. Hey, who is mother, who is father? Get out, get out, get out. So this concept is there. We have probably, he is a dry intellectual personality with so much of disrespect for the world and this, what is, these are all human emotions. We have some misconception about Shankara. And Buddha also, Buddha left hearth home and gave up his wife and this and that child, right? So there is little, one side of it is little renunciation, detachment, not caring for mom and this and that, it appears like. But if we look at the characters of the incarnations, avatars, we will find that they have that tremendous respect and tremendous connection with their mother. So it is as we have just said in the Shankaracharya's prayer, we just chanted. There we find Jagadambe, O Mother Divine, O Mother of the Universe, you are Mother of the entire cosmos. Vichitram King, I am, no wonder that I am most ordinary and your compassion is so great. Don't give me up. I am your child, unworthy child. I may have done so many mistakes, but son or children may do some mistake, but mom never leaves. Mother's heart always holds them. So like that, if we find that anything you are asking, anything great and grand, we learn from our mother. So mother's love, as is the definition if we go, mother's love is unconditional. Everything in our human relationship, as we find that anything is conditional. You love me this, you give me this, I give you this. That's the sharing. First is brutal. I don't care for you, give me everything. That is, we don't consider that love at all. But that's also in the society we find that love. I grab my thing, I don't care for you. That's one love. But mother's love is unconditional because every love is conditional on my condition. But mother loves us in child's condition. Whatever may the condition of the child, whether he is smiling, whether he is sick, whether she is crying, weeping, soiled the cloth, matters little. It is mother. Mother's love flows uninterruptedly, not depending on the condition of how the baby behaves, how the baby does. So long they are babies, of course. Adult also there is good relationship, so that happens. But point is that it is the unconditional, whereas love is conditional in our human relation. That's why mother's love is considered close to God's love. Because God's love is unconditional. Whatever we do, He is with us. He does not abandon us. No? We may like or dislike, we may hate or do whatever, that mother is always there. And mother's love is no motivation of selfishness, unselfish love. Mother is day and night working in the office and coming back and taking care of the child, and whole night no sleep, and wake up seeing the suffering of the child. So that's unselfishness, never considering of her own, rather thinking of the child only. The greatness of mother is this unselfishness. So first is unconditional love. Mother loves the baby on his or her condition, and loves not with the expectation of any return. What the baby can give you, it may smile sometimes, but next moment it will cry. And babies cry and it disturbs your sleep and everything, but you love. So the condition is the unselfish love. That's the second criterion of man, and unbounded. There is no horizon of it, limit of it. Love grows and grows. That's why it is considered the holiest of the holy, not dependent on the merit. And mother's love is protecting. The mother protects the child. No. So these are the great thing. Compassion, forgiveness, that's characteristics of mother. How much the child does something, but mother forgives and and mother is the creative force of the entire universe. That's why in Hinduism they are worshipped as protector of the Durga, Kali, all these forms are. Our Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj used to say, mother is like no nembi pembi. Yeah? It will be all powerful. That's why mother holding a sword. Hey, don't touch my child. I will kill you. So that is the mother's care and love. Then and also mother ultimately the greatest boon is mother gives the liberation. Jnanodayini, knowledge, which severs all bondage of life. suffering and misery and pleasure and pain, this duality of being born and dead, all can be relieved. That is the mother's highest form of mother. Now, in Buddhism, it is in Mahayana and Vajrayana traditions, motherhood as symbol of enlightenment. That is the way we worship Mother, Mahakaruna, Bodhisattva ideal, limitless love of Mother. That's why we worship in the form of Tara, Avalokiteswar, all this form, to think that it is the Mother is worship. Wisdom that gives birth to enlightenment, like Pragya Paramita, etc., perfection of wisdom, that is called the mother of all Buddhas. So, this is the way this Buddhism practices this love for mother. In brief, we can say mother's unconditional love, loving the baby in terms of the child, life-giving power, forgiveness, nurturing, till the child becomes nirvana, free. That is the purpose of mother, and she is the ever protector and liberator from all bondage. Now, these are the qualities of the mother, and we see when God comes down, the manifestation of this motherly nature becomes prominent. If we look at the life of any incarnation, they coming down itself is a compassion. Their mother, Shankara is mother, Buddha is mother. In motherly nature, in which sense? The same consciousness, absolute consciousness, Ishvara, when comes down as avatara, that itself is a compassion which is uncomparable. To suffer like us, to be born like us, to go through the pains and agonies of life, the struggles and turmoils, tensions and anxieties, to accept these limitations, imperfections, for the cause, what is the purpose? Only purpose for redemption of all, taking away the suffering of all of us. They come down. That's why avatar itself is the expression of the Divine Mother, which our earthly mothers are only spark of that divine. And in avatara, it is the whole, infinite compassion and love personified, as it were. That took the form of Buddha, that took the form of Krishna, Rama, we are Shankara, Ramakrishna. There we find enormous examples of such things. So today I like to focus on some stories, which first of all I said that it is the Buddha itself is mother, because his heart bleeds for the suffering of others. Anywhere, any suffering, Swami Vivekananda used to adore Buddha. He preached Buddha and Vedanta, but he preached Buddha more than Vedanta sometimes, because of his love, unending flow of compassion. So we find that there are beautiful stories where we can see how Buddha was totally a mother in his own life. Manifested so many stories, but I will take one or two stories. You know, all remember that a mother lost his son, her son, and she was naturally totally in bereavement, and he heard about Buddha. So she came to Buddha and said, you can be the savior of me, please help me to save my child. She is dead, no? You have to do something. And Buddha was full of love and compassion. Instead of giving good advice, what we normally give, Buddha did it a very wonderful way, taught that Kisha, her name was Kisha, Kisha Gautami, that lady, Buddha said, okay, mother, yes, I will save your child, I will bring your child back to life. You do one thing, only bring me some few grains of sesame seed. And you can bring it from any home. She was so excited. She thought, wow, sesame seed, and that can save my child. Okay, but listen. Only go and ask, knock at the door and say, did anybody died here in this home? Can you give me some few sesame seeds? Yes, everyone is ready to give. But only one condition, death has not entered into this house. And his mother was really excited to go and knocked at the door. And seeing her condition, the ladies were there, they said, okay, I will give you the sesame seed. But one condition again, did anyone die in this family? And they started talking about, oh, my mom passed away, my dad did like that, my brother was like that happened. Hurry, everyone is saying, so many people died. And then went to knocking door to door. And she could not collect the few grains of sesame seed. But this is what a wonderful way, see, Buddha is feeling the sympathy and giving him the wisdom. That is the mother's twin purpose. Ordinary mother cannot do that much, but as a divine mother, the God, Lord, when he comes down in human form, they give two things. And Buddha could have given life to the child, there is no problem. For any spiritual people like that, it's Shankara's life he has given. In many other stories are there in incarnation's life. It is so easy for them. It's nothing. But he didn't teach him Vedanta, neither teach Brahmajnana, neither teach what is called Nirvana, nothing. To that innocent lady who is bereavement, in full of bereavement because of the loss of her son, not only giving the wisdom, go door to door, find what is life. You are crying for your son, everyone lost their near and dear ones, and everyone will have to die. With the first experience going from door to door, and she had it, subjective knowledge. And as the subjective knowledge, she understood death is inevitable, life is changing, momentary, everything is momentary. So find a way out. This body will die. This is a sure affair. And to give that wisdom. So the lady got dual benefit. Understood his death is imminent, it happens to the body. At the same time, this wisdom, this knowledge, that it is accepted, it is to be accepted in life, that death is haunting us every day, every moment. But what is to be done? Now we decide. If I am to die tomorrow, or I am dying now, I do not understand that. But yes, all the moment the body will drop. That is the definition of death. Then what will happen? So what will you do now? Will you go and sing and dance and make merry? Or you will find the means to think about it, how to come out of this terror and fear. What to lose? What am I to lose? Why am I fearful about that? So this is the knowledge, and this is the mother's work, that only giving life is easy, but to give it this knowledge is so difficult. One story is there is a sick monk in the monastery, he was sick, and because he was sick and he soiled the clothing and things and in delirium, so no one is approaching. The Buddha himself observed this, and he himself went and then took care of the ill, sick monk and cared, and then seeing Buddha doing so, the others also approached And then Buddha had just told them that whoever would tend to me, let him tend to the sick. And that is a lesson. First of all, one point, it is a Brahmagyanis, we sometimes think, the men of wisdom, they totally ignore the world. But they love the world, love us much more than anything they love. That is the purpose of their coming. So to teach every small incident which leads them to this express their innate love for humanity to such examples, and giving to the other monks the idea that it is selfless service. Selfless service, that is called, takes you to knowledge and wisdom. Swami Vivekananda said that unselfishness is God and selfishness is death. So how you are manifesting in your spirituality, Buddha is teaching, be unselfish, serve others unconditionally, not to your condition, but to the condition of the person who needs that. Angulimal, there is a story of Angulimal. He has a feared bandit, and he used to kill people, and he made and make their thumb, cut the thumb afterwards, and make a garland in him. That's the Anguli Mala. Mala means the garland of Anguli, of the thumb. That means how many people he has killed, he can be such a fearful person. And when that fearful person was approaching, Buddha once went into the forest and was going to a distance, and then he selected to go to that, and somebody said, don't go, there is some bandit dacoits are there, they may harm you. But he said, okay, no, I will go, this is the shortest way. And he entered into that, and then Angulimal came and he approached. And he said that Angulimal stopped. Angulimal said, who are you? Stop! And Buddha said, I am stopping, but I am not stopping. And then he moved on, and Angulimal's mind totally transformed. And then he said, I have stopped, Angulimal, you must have to stop too. And that Buddha saw that the transformation came by his sweetly motherly care and words. Words are not words, it carries something extra. The transformation happens of even a brutal person who is unmanageable by the society even. Holy Mother's life, we know that story when she was crossing the big meadow, and then in the middle there, evening dawn, and bandit, the dacoit, approached, and they saw Mother, and Mother said only few, who are you? And the Mother said, I am your daughter. I am your daughter. What word it is? We cannot understand what Buddha did. Angulimal is the same bandit, dacoit, feared, everyone is fearful. And Buddha said, I have stopped, you also stop. Only two words, I stop, you stop. What power, what force is there? We may think, what is this story? It is a created story maybe. Buddha 2500 years ago, what has happened? Who knows? We create things about any holy man. And what happened to the Holy Mother? That Holy Mother is going alone, single, a small young girl maybe that time, to go to Dakshineshwar from village with a group of her family members and a few village people, and they are all abandoned, and Mother is walking, and the ferocious dacoit said that, who are you there in this evening? And Mother only said, I am your daughter. I am going to your son-in-law in Dakshineshwar. He lives in Dakshineshwar. Bas! And the dacoit just transformed. And he became very, very soft and soothing and transformed. And then he took care of Mother with loving care that night, kept with them, and next morning walked her to the safe place. So you see, this is called the motherly love, and that transformed. Yeah, we have heard that how the dacoit have behaved in such a way that totally transformed. They saw that it is Mother Kali behind Ma Saroda. Seeing that, the dacoit's mind. Buddha probably did something else like that because his only words have transformed. And then this Angulimal takes shelter at the feet of Buddha. Buddha didn't say, oh, you are a dacoit, you are we have done so much evil, you have killed so many people, how can you be my devotee? How can I can give you shelter? No. He gave shelter and transformed, and he became such a great soul. And afterwards it happened, because Angulimal has become this monk now, Buddhist monk. So when he is going to the street for begging, the village boys and others are throwing stones and things like that. And he is bleeding, and he came back to tell Buddha, oh, this is happening, what shall I do now? Then what Buddha said? Buddha said, bear it patiently. Bear it patiently, you are experiencing the result of your past karma. Had you not renounced, you would have suffered much more. Now you have renounced, that's why your suffering is less. And she taught him, what a great lesson, a transformation. That's the power of, loving power of Mother. Girish Ghosh transformed into a great sage. It is the loving power of Sri Ramakrishna. We cannot transform anyone because we see the fault. You did that, you did that, you did that. What happens? Naturally, I did that, you also did that. So naturally there comes conflict and fight. But Mother only looks the positive side of the child. So Mother, the Divine Mother in the form of Buddha or Shankara, whoever comes, they see the positive side of it and see how they are so positive. All negativity as if is abolished from their vision. That's the manifestation of motherliness in Buddha. There are many stories. So let us see what some Shankara's life, some stories. Shankara's stories, one is called, we think that Shankara is very, as I said, very intellectual, highly intellectual, and negating the world. This world is not there, everything is not this, not this, not this. So what can we think about his motherly nature? As I said, motherly nature first, to come down from that abode of eternal peace, to take this human birth, that itself is infinite dedication and compassion. Out of compassion takes the form of incarnation or avatar. That is the first. But in stories also we find that Shankara, a towering philosopher, a champion of Advaita Vedanta, yet had a very tender, very compassionate and motherly heart. People normally say Shankara is heartless. Shankara is dry. Shankara is intellectual only. One story, Shankara went to beg some food, and as you know, that is the monastic tradition. He went to one door and another door, and one lady, very poor lady, she didn't know that Shankara entered into that house and knocked at the door, and very old lady, very poor, so he begged for some food. And the lady was embarrassed, could not find anything. So got one fruit, which is called amla fruit, amlaki. What is the name? Milo, some name. Anyhow, one small fruit, dry fruit, was in the corner, and she came, and with much humility offering to the sadhu, said, Baba, I have nothing more, This is the only thing I have in my home. And her house is a thatched roof, all leaking everywhere, and so poor. Then Shankar was so moved with the suffering of that lady, like he instantly there, stood there, and then started composing one beautiful verse for the Divine Mother. And that stotra is called, composition is called Kanaka Adhara. Kanaka means gold, gold Adhara. Kanaka Adhara Stotra. And he spontaneously prayed to Mother Jagadamba and said, "O Mother, you are Sampada Karani, you are giver of wealth. O Mother, you are Sakalindriya Nandanani, you are the giver of pleasure to all the sense organs. You are the Samrajya Dana Vibhavani, you are the giver of the rights to rule kingdoms even. So you are doing Tat Bandhanani, who is praising you, and she who salutes you, you remove all the miseries and past. And O my Mother, to you our salutation." And then again, few verses are there, so I am only another verse. "O Mother, Devi Prasida, O Devi, be gracious, O Jagannatha, Mother of the universe, Jagad Mohini, you are enchantress of the world, O Santatam, in Dasasu, when people fall in difficulties, you remove their suffering in difficult times. And if someone remembers, then you alone give them strength. And like that, I am praying to you." And he prayed in so much intensity, then that fruit turned into gold. And Shankara gave it back to that old lady, and then she was over with the suffering of life. But the question is that it is the motherly empathy. Seeing the suffering of that, he never cares. He is a monk, he does not care for himself. He never asks for wealth, prosperity, but he is saying, you are the giver of wealth, you are the giver of remover of all suffering. Why not remove the suffering of this lady who is so sick, nobody to look after alone? So the compassion manifesting that way. We find that in Shankara's life, Shankara's own mother. No, when one become a monk, naturally they give up their all relationship. And mother, father, everyone, so they have to give up because they will be wandering around here and there. So, but when, Shankara is a boy of 7 or 8 years, and that time he wanted to renounce everything and search for the truth. He wanted to beg permission from mother, but mother will not give the permission. That story you know. And then one day mother was standing on the river, on the bank of the river, and Shankara was swimming in the river. And a crocodile came. False, no, it is really a crocodile, people saw, and is catching the feet of baby Shankara, child Shankara, and taking him some distance. And he cried out, "Ma, give me permission to become a monk, give me permission to become a monk." And mother, what she will do? She helplessly gives, "Okay, Baba, you save yourself. Yes, you can I give you permission." And the crocodile left Shankara. That is the story goes like that. And then when he came back, then, "Ma, now I am going. Give me permission that I will be a monk. I will go for searching for the truth." Then he said, "But who will look after me? I have nobody. She is the widowed lady, only one child, and there is nobody to look after her." Anyhow, Shankara arranged for something for her maintenance and said, "Ma, whenever you need me, I will come. Wherever I am, I will come." So, it happened, Shankara went to find Guru, and the stories are beautiful stories. Then afterwards he got the Guru and etc., etc. And probably he was preaching sometime, and that time And he felt mother's heart as if calling. So he by magic, what you call the yogic power. Yogis have different power. Yogis can just appear here, disappear, disappear here, and appear some other place. So he immediately disappeared from the place where he was, and he went on hundreds of miles down to the Kerala, where mother is sick, deathbed. He appeared there, and then met mother, and make sure that mother got the vision of her Ishta Devi, chosen ideal. And Ma said, and last mother is leaving the body, seeing the divine Ishta Devi of Ishta Devi was Krishna over there, mostly Krishna. So, having the vision of that appearance of the Lord, and her mother left the body, and then monk has no right to do any rituals after death. But he broke the rule out of love for mother, and took care of the mother's all the rites and rituals which sannyasis should not do. But there is nobody to do, so out of love for mother. See how much sannyasa principle for Shankara is a big thing. He established the sannyasi, the monastic traditions in India, with the creating 10 divisions of the monastic traditions. So he himself is breaking the rule only for love for his mother and for truth. So we find that though when they come down, they don't behave, they don't just become dry. The philosophically, truth is that, but so long in the relative plane, that we misunderstand these great souls. Shankara says, what he says? Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Truth alone is Brahman, absolute. This Jagat, what I am saying, it is all dream, Mithya. It is not permanent, it is not eternal, it is temporary. But he does not end here. People take this part and say, Shankara is only saying, Jagat Mithya, this world is all unreal. World is false, world is appearance. No, that is not the truth. People forget this next line. What Shankara says, Jiva Brahma eva napara. Jiva, individual souls we are seeing, there is nothing but no opera, no separate from that of Brahman. Jiva Brahma eva. Jiva is Brahman. You are mistakenly saying it, what Swami Vivekananda uses the modern language. Mistakenly you call him a human being. I worship God, the same divine entity in all. It is all divine we are here. I am seeing you as a human being. It's my imperfection. Shankara was standing in that platform. And as you come to the relative, then all relative relationship is perfectly okay. Mother is mother, brother is brother. You find Sri Ramakrishna. He is in highest ecstatic state. He is related and relating with each one according to their relationship, whatever. Noren is Noren, Rakhal is Rakhal, Holy Mother is Holy Mother, Girish Ghosh is Girish Ghosh. He is behaving with it. Is he not accepting the relative world? So relative world is towards the stepping stone. We say this relative world is not eternal, absolute is the truth. Shankara says that. But Shankara, when he comes down in a human level, he is the most loving, caring. This story also you know probably, but it is called the story of a Kapalika. Shankara's life, sacrificing his own life for fulfillment of one ugly desire of one of his disciples. There is a story, and very old, when Shankaracharya was preaching Vedanta in the Sri Shaila in the south. So he met one left-handed Tantra worshipper. They have their tantric practices. They do human sacrifice with skull, they drink in the skull, the wine, all these rituals are there. They do heinous practices. And so Shankara went there and argued with them. Naturally they got defeated. Intellectually they could not sustain. So the famous Kapalika, his name was Krakach. His disciple, ultimately his name is Ugra Bhairava. Ugra Bhairava got defeated. His guru was defeated. He was defeated. And the rule of this argument was that if someone gets defeated, he will be giving his own traditional path, he will accept the path of others. So, Ugra Bhairav then lost his argument, and then he said, okay, so he became a disciple of Shankara. And now, but he has his bad intention that he wants to do some kapaliko, killing the human sacrifice is necessary to achieve his goal. So he became a pseudo disciple, and with tearful eyes used to cry, and every day Shankara saw. Shankara is a simple-hearted person. He saw this disciple has transformed so much from the evil practice of the left-handed tantra with the wine and this and human sacrifice, etc. So, what a great soul. Probably he is crying because out of devotion and this and that. But after some time, one day, Shankara asked, hey, why are you crying so much? We speak about Vedanta. And why is it so much tears come out? Then said, I will tell you if you permit me alone, I will talk to you. They said, okay. So they found a time, because all the disciples are there, big disciples, Padmapada, Sureshwaracharya and others, great dynamic, great spiritual giants and great philosophers are there, all the disciples. He has already gained so much of name and fame. And now this man says, I will talk to you. And he tells, what do you want? Why are you crying? You know, sir, I used to worship Lord, know whom he? Shankara. You are Shankara. I understand you are Lord Shankara, but I had a desire. What I desired? I was practicing the spiritual discipline in my way, and Shiva appeared before me, and I prayed him, please give me the boon that I can, after death, I will be living in your same plane with you. It is called Salukka. There are different types of liberation. This concept is that you live in the plane where your Ishtadevata is there, you can live there with him for unlimited time of your life. No? That life is not this life, it is a subtle, pure life. So, but how can you get it? If you can sacrifice. So Shankara was happy. He said, yes, you will be able to come to my abode and live with me, but you are to have this sacrifice to be done, and you have to sacrifice a holy man or a king. So I see that Shankara, you are so holy, you are so great, so I want you to be my candidate for slaughtering. What type of Guru Bhakti? No? And then Shankara said, why? I am teaching you Vedanta. Vedanta is that this heaven is also temporary. Anywhere you go, duality means all temporary. Maybe this plane, our life is 100 years. You go to God's plane, it may be 1,000 years, 10,000 years. But that's also within the time. And this is all changing. Why are you asking for this? What pleasure is there in going to live with Shiva? Why not say, I am that? Then he said, sir, I understand all these arguments, but I want to get this, enjoy this spirit. So you please agree. Shankara says, oh, is it so? Okay. But how can I can agree, I am ready to give my life if you are happy with something. Shankara is offering his life to please an idiot who is his, the Anguli, his name is the Ugra Bhairav. And he agreed to that, and then they take a route to go to that destination where they have a dealing that they will meet each other. And he went there, and Ugra Bhairav came there and took Shankara. And Shankara, like a child, okay, my life, what is the value? If someone's desire is fulfilled, let it be. So you cannot consider what type of dedication he is doing for an idiot. But anyhow, he went there, and when he was taken there, and all this preparation is ready, and he was going to be slaughtered or his head to be chopped. Just before that, there came, it is called the half lion, half man. It's called Narasingha. That's one of the 10, some of the incarnations of God. God appeared in different times. Narasingha Murti, he killed Kangsha. Kangsha, no, what is his name? Anyhow, one demon to kill Prahlada's father. Anyhow, so when he was going to do, suddenly one Narasingha Murti appeared. God in the form of half lion and half man appeared, and seeing that situation, he took the sword and chopped the head of the Ugra Bhairav. Shankara's life was saved. Then Shankara found it is his disciple Padmapada. When the mood went down, that half lion, half man, that Narasingha Murti of the God, it transformed into his own disciple Padmapada. Then he said, Padmapada, what happened? Why did you kill this guy? Well, I didn't know anything. I was sleeping. In my dream, I found that you are in danger. You are taken to some place, you are getting to be killed. And I do not know. I prayed. Once I saw the dream, second time I saw the dream, third time I saw the dream that you are being taken to be killed. Then I woke up, and I have once prayed with my austere practice to Lord God that you appear, what boon you like. I said that I don't want any boon, but if I am in danger, I will. His Ishta Devata was Narasingha. Padmapada's Ishta Devata was Narasingha. So Narasingha, Padmapada prayed and made meditation. Narasingha appeared once. And then said, what you want? He said, I don't want, give me bhakti. But if I am in any danger, any difficulty, if I remember you, you please come. So that was the boon given. Shankara then asked, why did you do that? Padmapada says, I dreamt that the Kapalika is getting ready to sever your head, and we all, the other students of you, are far away from you. And then I called upon my Ishta Devata, who is Narasingha, and this God, Lord Narasingha appeared before me in the most violent form. And that time, I do not know what has happened after that vision. I was carried unconsciously, and this thing has happened. Shankara says, but you should not kill someone like this. Why you should do that if I am agreeing? Then he said, it is my fault, please forgive me. I did not do anything, but it was done by somebody, which has done in me. God came in this form. So this is the way Shankara's life was saved. But the sum and substance of the story, I may not have told you very interestingly. It's a very interesting story. How God appeared to kill the Kapalika, Ugra Bhairav. And then Shankara's life was saved. And then Shankara rather disliked this situation, that you should not have intervened into it, but you have done. It is not your will, but Narasingha God has done. So it is the motherly heart of Shankara. From Shankara's point, look at that. He is trying to satisfy one for some selfish end, to kill one incarnation like him, God like him, and to go to heaven for himself. Ugra Bhairav is asking to go to heaven. The means is to kill somebody and to do some rigorous practice which is very brutal and very unkind, no? This type of sadhana. But Shankara's heart melted into it, and though he is saying not this, but see in the level of duality how he is keeping these vows and helping people to. He's nothing, his life, sacrificing his life for others is nothing for him. It is the motherly characteristic. So if we go through these stories, we can find that there is the gross manifestation of this principle of motherliness. As I am saying, theoretically we can talk many things, but when it comes to practical life, is there any demonstration? For that is all the incarnations do suffer for humanity. This is called the taking the sin of others, the incarnations. And this taking up this responsibility or suffering of others is a motherly character. And that is the Buddha's heart, that is the heart of Shankara. Thank you all.
He loved the treasures of this world. His heart filled up with compassion. He saw that everything does change in its own time and its own fashion. Golden eyes of peace, golden mind of truth, golden heart of love unto all creatures, great and small, unto all creatures, one and all.
So next Sunday, the 25th, Swami Sarvadevananda will be speaking on the topic Understanding Self-Sacrifice. Understanding Self-Sacrifice. There is another announcement. That's the 28th, Swami Atma Rupananda, head of the Center of France, Great Center. He will be here and he will be speaking at 5 o'clock in this temple. 28th, the universe, it's all a story. In the universe, it's all a story. So that is the topic, Swami Atma Rupananda, on the 28th of this month, Wednesday. And of course there will be another within 2 days. 30th, there will be Santa Atmananda, the New Delhi from India. Gurgaon is a place. He is the head of that center. He will be coming here and he will be speaking the redeeming power of Sri Ramakrishna. And I think 20, yeah. Huh? Okay.
So anyone who comes, potluck.
Very good. It's potluck, so you should come if you can. And also the 31st. So you have 28, 30, 31st. 3 days. Swamis from two talks are from New Delhi Swami on 29th and 30th. No, 30th and 31st. And 28th is from Great Center, Swami Atma Rupananda. So please come and join, and we'll greet you, and then we have some little question answer session. If you have anything, please come back. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat, Sri Ram Krishna Arpanam Ast. So I think there is for any question, or you can meditate. I think there is nobody to question. Jai Thakur. Good time to meditate. Any question? Is there?
I don't have any. I was just,
Right, good. Do you have any question?
You ended your talk with the mother's responsibility is to take on the suffering of others. You said that the mother's responsibility is to take on the suffering of others.
That's a divine mother. Huh?
Okay, so in a practical application in today's modern day, my mother, for instance, took that upon herself to take on everybody else's suffering and give to everybody, and felt that nobody gave to her in return. And she became very bitter and resentful, and played this role of a martyr. And what I learned from her, from what she modeled, is to give of yourself until you have nothing left to give. And then it's not right to give to yourself. You have to give to everybody.
So, your question is very proper, but you have to think about that. We should know how much I can give. You should know your cash in your pocket, and you should spend accordingly. So, if you are connected with deep devotion and spiritual practice merged into it, you give, but your giving will be replenished by God from inside. You will have tremendous peace inside. You will never feel I am deprived. That is a spiritual connection. Suppose you are connected to the source energy, and you spending energy is this side. You spend as much as you can. If I have $10,000 and if I want to spend that, when $10,000 will be over, then I will be exhausted, zero, and then I will make a loan then. And I am in difficulty now, someone in to help me. Because I am thinking I am limited with my own store of energy or power or love. But when this love is connected with God, and you say, "Oh Lord, I am doing for you, it is you are there, I am serving you only," the circuit becomes complete. The energy then supplied, Ramakrishna said, the Divine Mother then pushes her own gift in your heart. You will feel, say, Christ gave everything for the world. What he has? He has no home, he has no family, he has no money. He is just a monk, out and out monk. But gave, and at the same time he was not repentant for that. But we will be repenting because I have not yet connected with God that intense. So what is to be done? I would suggest normally we should be careful to learn this example, to do charity or gift to the extent you can easily handle. Don't do at the cost of your own sustainability or your own capacity to give that. That's the realistic, practical side. And spiritual side, every day, if we think that, "Oh Lord, what can I give it? I have given your thing. So you look after. I am giving it to you. So if it goes back to Him, the source is supply, becomes continuous supply. Therefore we should be more indrawn, more spiritual, to gain more stock to give. That's why saintly people can give more. Avatar or incarnation like Christ, Buddhas can give much more than even the saints can give. Good people can give more, as your mom is an example. She gave so much, she got exhausted. But practicality should be there. So keep a balance there in life, realistic life. Another, spiritually also, pray inside so that your inner source opens up. In your heart it will open up. And it is there itself. It's tapping here. Otherwise, where they say, a holy man sacrificing his life for the other person, no? Where they get the strength? They get from inside, no? In you, in me, that source is there. But that is covered with something which we do not know. What covers me from God? It's like the sun. Sun is there today, but it's clouded. I don't see the sun. Today is a cold day, or it's not a very inspiring day, no? But sun doesn't go anywhere. If you just take your plane and go above 40,000 feet height, you see that a shining day is there. No stock, no lack of light, infinite light. So similarly in us, there is, we call God. We do not know. I don't feel it now, but it is there. And that's why spiritual, nothing can give us joy in the world, because all limited until we reach our own home, which is inside. And you reach there, you are full. Who can extract? How much? Let them, if you become one with the Pacific Ocean, will you feel that one has taken 100,000 gallons of water, or 1 million gallon of water, or 1 billion gallon of water? You don't care for it because you are connected with the source. So we have to connect with the source. As much as you connect, so much you will be fearless. So much you give, you will be an inexhaustible giver. And really, miraculously, you will feel that it is filling up. Your bucket is getting filled up automatically. In one side it is going out, another side supply is coming. Practicality is also necessary because we are not that much capable to connect with God and in all circumstances. Those who can do, say mystics, how much suffering they endure. But they don't endure, they smile, which will be really difficult for us to accept a little bit of that. There we find they are happy with it. So we have to know our own treasure. Life's experience teaches us how much treasure you accumulate outside. Nothing I can take. How much wealth, how much beauty, how much longevity, how much health, all will have to go one day. But that treasure never goes, because that is of my real nature. And I am really talking because of his presence. I am seeing because of him. I am hearing because of that. But I do not know. That's the secret, most secret. Leave it. Normal human life is like give and take. I expect. If that I give you, you will at least give thanks, you will give at least a smile, or at least something, recognition. People don't do that also. That is God's grace. Because that proves that you think world can give you anything? I can give you everything. The God inside. World is only sucking. One can extract, how much one can extract. And God is only how much you can give. See, the nature, the flowers, the fruits, the water, the air, God has given everything for us without no penny payment. If the world would have given little bit of this, where water crisis, we go bottle water, you pay some price, no? The water, bottled water, this water. Where there is good water, you don't pay anything. Fountain water, those who live near the fountain, they get free water. But you pay the same water, bottled, and then you pay. So you go to the source. That is and God is giving everything. My breath, my heart, my lungs, my hand, feet, brain, everything God has given. What is mine? Think from that perspective. Okay, so let us try to tap here.